And so, yeah, I'll go over Tilray. Got this right here. So, yeah, earnings coming up on the 9th. One thing that I'd caution about this, which I'm sure this is not what you want to hear, but with it having this big move up prior to earnings, so this is, let's see, 64%, 65% basically from the lows there before earnings. Let's see, are there any bearish signs or anything like that? But I just think that, one thing, this is forming a double top. Got a wick up to here, but couldn't close above 254, which was the high on January 9th. So I'd really keep an eye on, can we get a close above 254, which would be, getting really basically confirmation above this level. And then following that close above it, can we get a second close above it, above that new high? So, whether that's above 263.5 or, whatever that new level would be. I think we just need to see confirmation of a close above 254. That could be showing some strength, but this could be, let's see, channels, pretty interesting. Yeah, so what I could see happening with this, which is, bullish long term, but perhaps not something you want to hear short term, with earnings coming up, I could see price pulling back to around $2 a share and then finding support on this white downtrend, which is like this parallel channel. Sorry, I keep zooming in and zooming out. But yeah, price has been in there for a good amount of time. Does look like it was, roughly, respected over here. But from these pivot points, price has been within there. And so I think, this is a great breakout from that downtrend. But I think it's probably running out of steam. And so I could see that around earnings, it might be pulling back following the earnings. But, with it being up here at like 250, right around there, I'd expect it to be having a tough time getting above that level, forming a double top here, pulling back, which, considering that this downtrend is lower than $2 a share. And actually a good thing to do with this, be doing a Fibonacci retracement. So we got the low here at 160, going up to the high here at 263.5. Are there any levels that stand out? Yes, so the 618 is right around $2, 199.5. I could see price returning there after earnings. And quite possibly could be doing a retracement to the 786. That's at $1.82.1. Not that that 0.1 matters, but that could coincide with a retracement to test this downtrend and then as support. So, it could be like a really nice swing to trim here or around here, around 254, and then buy back those shares. Maybe, a portion of them around $2, a portion of them at 182, but maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe I'm wrong. And so that's why I think like trimming is good. If you sell everything here, then, maybe it squeezes up way higher, following earnings. Maybe it goes up to $3 or higher after earnings. Then you still got some for that. But if it does go lower, then you've got some on the side that you can add back in if it does go lower. So that's what I would do if I had like a big position in Tilray. But, you got to, like, everybody's different. Everybody manages the emotions, the stress, the fear, greed, all of that. Everybody manages that stuff differently. And so for me, the way that I manage it, I'd trim pretty heavily and I'd expect to buy back at these levels. And one thing that I've found, from the videos that I do, whenever I go over all of these fib levels, what I do is I like average into a position as it goes down. And it's like, no, what I should do is 50% retracement. That seems likely. That's at like 212. That's when I should start adding back in. Not at the 236, not at the 382, but the 50%, and then the 61%, and then the 786. And, maybe it even dips lower than that. We got this purple uptrend based on the lows over here. So, the low from June 21st, and then also the low hit on November 13th. So that purple uptrend it's quite possible price could be returning to that. That could be coinciding with a test of this white downtrend, top of that channel, and then moves higher. And that could also, correspond with 172, this orange line here. That's a little bit arbitrary though, so I wouldn't put too much weight into that. But this purple uptrend, maybe there's something there. If that does coincide with the 786, or this the top of the channel, I think that could be a great dip buying opportunity because clearly there's a lot of potential with the cannabis sector. Lots of good news coming out in the future. Progress, that's what you want. So yeah, I feel like it's probably going to pull back around earnings, but that could be a great dip buying opportunity. Oh, and I guess I should look at the RSI here. Is there anything that suggests? So this is, let's see, it's like RSI is about the same as it was, or this is actually, so this is a higher high here, lower high where it currently is. I'm just going to delete that so it's a little clearer to see. But yeah, so we got the higher high here, lower high here, and then with the RSI, we have a lower high and a higher high. And so that is bearish divergence. But with that being said, price could continue higher, and the RSI could continue higher. That would then negate the bearish divergence, but price would have to go up to 336 to negate that bearish divergence. That, in my opinion, with earnings right around here, seems unlikely, but maybe it keeps going. So, but yeah, definitely looks good there.